We first met the Miller family when an unusual visitor was showing up at the gravesite of their 16-year-old son. Aiden Miller was a high school football player who loved animals. And for some mysterious reason, a chicken had taken up residence at his grave nearly every single day for weeks. The family found joy in this random visitor they named Angel.
And now, as Danny Spiewak reports, their son is actually turning out to be a guardian angel himself, teaming up with a coach he never met.
As time ran out in the fourth quarter at Waseca High School last fall,
31 seconds left in the game.
Blue Jays coach Brad Windland waited for the scoreboard to strike zero.
It was a hot night.
Labor Day weekend 2021, Waseca versus St. Peter.
I went over to get some water, and on the way back to the sideline, I just had this incredible head rush.
It reminded Coach Windland of something that happened 2 years earlier in July 2019 to a high school football player 80 miles away in Plainview.
He was a great kid.
Karen and Dan Miller's 16-year-old son Aiden was fishing and hanging with friends on a summer night.
I think he was wrestling around with one of the younger boys.
Here, the stories converge.
He stood up and took a couple steps
Walked
and then
over next to the pond.
took a knee
In my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to take a knee and let it pass.
and then just collapsed.
And that's when I collapsed.
Two football programs 2 years apart experiencing incidents of sudden cardiac arrest.
Just about word for word, what happened to Aiden is what happened to me. The difference was, I went down 10 feet from an AED and he was out fishing.
The device that saved Coach Windland's life last fall was not immediately available to Aiden in 2019.
It's so important to act within minutes. He was just not in the right place at the right time. Yeah.
That's why Aiden's parents decided to donate AEDs
This is our AED.
to several Minnesota schools this year, including Waseca.
On behalf of the Miller family, we would like to present this AED to Waseca High School.
It's the first time the Millers and Coach Windland have ever met.
Thank you.
Now Waseca has a second AED for even quicker coverage.
To get people to realize that this can happen to a perfectly healthy kid.
While the Millers can't turn back the clock to save Aiden,
You guys take care. We'll see you in
Thank
June,
you.
if not
Yes.
before.
they hope Coach Windland
Thank you.
will carry their son's legacy forward at Waseca High School.
They're incredible. They're inspiring. This was their idea. It's going to make us twice as likely to save someone's life.
After his death, Aiden's family learned that he had a cardiac arrhythmia, even though he had no previous symptoms or family history of heart problems. As for Coach Windland, he's doing well, having returned to work in the classroom and on the field. But the family and coach, they are raising awareness about the importance of these AEDs.
I actually met the trainer who performed that on Brad when I did a story on Brad. He had never used one either.
Oh,
that was the first
wow.
time the trainer had ever used one in a real situation.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
it's
this
so
one,
important to have them.
yeah, it actually has, on the device, it shows word for word, it actually talks to you. So if
Yes.
it ever
Right.
happens, which we hope it never does,
Right.
somebody that's never used it will know how to do it.
Oh, they're doing such important
they
work.
are.
God bless them, those parents. Wow.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Danny.
much, Danny.